What, are we in trouble or something?
Mr. Maximo coming out here to address the crowd, as it were.
Yeah, this crowd does need a good talking to.
Well, Mr. Maximo quite loved here by the fans in Brooklyn. And where's Dante? Mr. Steranko, did you have him assassinated? I don't see him here.
I don't know. Last time I saw Dante, he was chasing an ice cream truck. I think Mike Verna might have been driving.
Thank you. Hello, Brooklyn! Gracias, gracias.
Gracias. Does anybody know what that means? Is that Chinese?
Well, last time we were here, I injured myself. I have a severe tear on my ankle, and I cannot wrestle.
Yeah, Mr. Maximo can't wrestle tonight. Dante, I thought...
I went to the doctor and I tried to get it cleared, and they told me no. So, I'm not going to be able to kick AJ Specter's ass tonight, but I'll have somebody do it for me. Well, anyways, I'm not
a likely story.
I'm going to talk about some other things right now. First off, April 1st is the Lions Den here.
It's like Mr. Maximo's getting interrupted here.
Not sure exactly what's going on here.
Well, that's the familiar music of the end. I can only imagine it's going to be Ian Aldwin coming out, but I don't know why he's going to interrupt Joel Maximo.
Better question is why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steranko making his way into the ring here.
Listen to these disrespectful fans. This man deserves a standing ovation.
Well, PJ Stackpole, a despicable individual, and he's making his way out here to confront Joel Maximo. Of course, PJ Stackpole is also a representative of the end because he manages Ian Aldwin.
Absolutely, and we saw the shenanigans that Mr. Stockpole employed last time, giving the edge to Mr. Mike Werner, the champion here.
And so far, the end is knocking down a lot of people. No one's knocking them down.
Now, the last thing I want to do, sir, is interrupt you. But you've always taught me that when there's something important we need.
And the crowd giving it there to Mr. Stockpole here. It looks like they don't want to hear what he has to say.
These people should shut up.
It's better to say it publicly than to say it in a backstage meeting. First is first. I want to apologize for interfering in the main event last month rather. I got emotional. My fault, my bad. I hope you forgive me.
The fans really giving it to Stackpole here.
Absolutely.
Disgusting language.
I'm concerned about the state of FSW. I'm concerned about this crowd. I'm concerned about the locker room morale. I'm concerned about the direction of this company. Your champion, Mike Verna, here's the facts that you don't want to hear. Mike Verna is suffering a severe concussion, still suffering the effects of that severe concussion he received. And you're still allowing him to come out here and wrestle. Half of your locker room is upset. We've had walkouts. We've had people no-show. This company is in trouble, and I look around at this crowd, and I know we're in trouble. You, sir, are the COO of this company, and you enlisted yourself as a member of the talent roster. So I'm very concerned, and in my concern, I, earlier today, just got out of a meeting with the New York State Athletic Commission. Wow. And we decided that because things are so depressing around here, that there needs to be a change. Here are the facts.
now who knows what to believe? Mr. Stockpole been known to tell a fib here and there. Dante?
Well, Wesley, you hear PJ Stackpole saying a lot of things that the fans aren't appreciating right now. Of course, they're serenading him with a word that we are not allowed to say.
Absolutely. The FCC would not be too happy about using such expletives here.
Because I have a little bit of experience with running wrestling promotions, they have instituted me as the interim director of operations at FSW.
Oh, thank God.
So,
I feel relieved.
Not me.
That means I'm your boss.
Oh, no! PJ Stackpole is the boss.
And now he's my boss too.
Oh,
I think I need another drink, gentlemen.
make mine a double.
Serve you, the public, once again as the director of operations of FSW, just like I took FBW to the promised land. I will take this company to the promised land. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Well,
fantastic. I'm very happy to be working for PJ Stackpole.
I can't agree with you there, Mr. Steranko.
yeah, neither can I. We're going to all be working for PJ Stackpole. Well, Suntan's famous music is playing. Suntan may be coming out here to put a stop to this.
Oh, how's Suntan going to put a stop to this? He has no executive power.
Well, maybe Suntan will give PJ Stackpole the beating he deserves.
That's a very violent reaction to the situation.
Now, when I spoke to Mr. Werner after his match with Mr. Maximo, I questioned him about Mr. Stockpole. He said he'd take care of Mr. Stockpole, and now Mr. Stockpole is the new boss. Unbelievable.
Well, Suntan making his way to the ring. There's a man with the opposite reaction as PJ Stackpole gets from these FSW fans. The fans love Suntan.
Absolutely, the fans love Suntan here. He's a crowd favourite fighting spirit wrestling and well deserved. He's one of the nicest guys you could ever hope to meet.
That's true, Wesley. Suntan, a man beloved by everyone here. And I also want to mention it's his birthday today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Unbelievable.
Wait a second.
And look at
What's
that.
going on here, ladies and gentlemen?
Happy birthdays!
And Snort, ladies and gentlemen, Snort is on the premises here.
Snot attacking Suntan. There you see Sammy Callahan, Chris
Unbelievable.
Rex, and Azrael. Oh no!
Unbelievable. It's a bloody disgrace here.
Oh no! Look at this assault.
Chris Rex bloody thrashing this gentleman in the ring now.
Hey, we should all sing along. Birthday, dear Suntan.
Oh, shut up, Dyson. This is terrible.
It's just birthday punches. It's no big deal.
Well, a birthday beating from Snot.
Proper kick to the face there. Mr. Callahan bloody thrashed him in the face there with a kick there.
That's right. They're just look at Sammy Callahan, Chris Rex, and Azrael triple teaming Suntan. And right now, up on the top rope, double stomp from Sammy Callahan.
That was unbelievable. A double stomp there. Bloody caught him flush there. And Suntan maybe will not make it to his birthday. His birthday is tonight, isn't
There you go. Snot is one of the most dangerous factions in professional wrestling today.
Well, here's Magma. Of course, you remember Magma from last month's event was triple teamed by the Snot faction. Now he wants revenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, what exactly is going on here? We saw Mr. Maximo talking to Mr. Stockpole. We saw Suntan come out. We saw Snot come out. Magma's out here. And we got a bloody Donnybrook in the centre of the ring here as they're bloody thrashing Magma and Suntan. Suntan catching a straight right hand to the face there. Azrael blasting him there. And Sammy Callahan is wreaking havoc, as it were, in fighting spirit wrestling.
Oh, look at this.
That's right. And look at Sammy Callahan setting Magma up.
Unbelievable.
Looks like he's going for... Oh, no! Magma just driven right into the canvas. And as tough as Magma and Suntan are, it's still a 3-on-2 assault from the Snot.
Absolutely. And I'm a bit confused here as to what's going on here. Mr. Maximo clearly not in control of fighting spirit wrestling anymore. And you see Mr. Stockpole on the side of the ring there. This is all he's doing. This is all the new direction of fighting spirit wrestling is going into there.
I'll explain what's going on. Snot is beating the crap out of Suntan and Magma. Magma should have stayed in the back drinking sake.
Stackpole once again with the microphone.
And Mr. Steranko, you were frequenting establishments with Mr. Magma a few months ago there.
In a handicap match against Suntan and Magma.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Unbelievable.
Our new matchmaker just made his first match.
Absolutely. Mr. Stockpole taking the bulls by the horn, as it were, and setting it off here at Kill 'Em All.
Great start. Great start.
PJ Stackpole creating a handicap match. Suntan and Magma are going to have to take on the Snot later tonight. And after watching this, I don't give them much of a chance against the Snot.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's if they can peel themselves off the mat, which I don't think is going to happen.
Snot causing problems here, fighting spirit wrestling. Mr. Stockpole in clear control here of fighting spirit wrestling, as you saw Sammy Callahan, Osriel, and Chris Rex, who's bonded in the ring there, leaving Suntan bloody thrash in the centre of the... And now here at Fighting Spirit Wrestling we have some of the greatest talents from all over the world. Japan, Mexico, Italy, Puerto Rico. We don't have anyone from England except for Mr. Bolls, but chalk that one up for the team, as it were.
I think that's pretty much all we can take, Wesley.
Absolutely,
Well, there you see Sumi Sakai. Sumi Sakai, the Japanese female competitor, of course, a former mixed martial arts competitor as well.
Absolutely. Miss Sakai, quite a terror in the squared circle. We know what she can do. She's done it all over the world. And she's here in Brooklyn tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to put it on display in the squared circle. An unbelievable ladies match here for Fighting Spirit Wrestling. Kill 'Em All.
Sumi Sakai looks ready for action.
She certainly does, and here comes her opponent.
She's quite focused there in the ring, walking around, stalking the squared circle, to put on the ring generalship as she's known to do once the match starts.
I believe we were just treated by some songs by the Japanese boys choir.
Oh, that's a catchy tune, wouldn't you say, Dyson?
It's on my iPod, always on repeat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have quite a delayed entrance here.
This is Kyoko Kimura!
Kyoko on the way to the ring here. This will be some matchup, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Two massive talents in the ring for the ladies.
Kimura is not intimidated by any of these fans or by Sumi Sakai.
Well, Kyoko, of course, another Japanese competitor on her way to the ring, making Sumi Sakai wait.
Absolutely, the psychological tactics have started here, and we love to see the Japanese wrestlers, some of the greatest wrestlers in the world, hail from Japan, wonderful place.
It certainly is. We love Japan here at FSW.
We love it in England too, but they bloody rebelled against us and pushed us back from our expansion, as it were, in the east.
These audience members are anxious for this match to start, which they should be.
Absolutely. And I've not seen a wrestler bringing a bottle of liquid into the ring here. She looks quite relaxed there.
Well, she's got a great outfit. Both of these ladies do. They look very flashy tonight.
Wonder what's in that bottle. Maybe I should go in there, up in there, and sneak some. Look at these fans. They're assuming she has some kind of foreign object in her hair. That's
the referee has to check everything, including the hair.
I think that's a violation of her civil rights.
Sumi Sakai pointing to our ref Ozzy here. And the bell's rung, ladies and gentlemen. The auction will ensue here.
Ladies and gentlemen, now that the opening bell has rung, I want to give everybody a formal introduction here. We are at FSW Only the Strong. Once again, I am the ace, Dante Jayce, along with Wesley Bolls and Dyson Steranko. And we've got a great event here tonight, but Wesley, you look a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Absolutely, I'm nervous because fighting spear wrestling apparently under investigation by the New York State Athletic Commission. And if they find out a bit too much about Wesley Bolls, they may deport him.
Oh no!
And the only card I have to play is perhaps speaking to Mr. Steranko, who's close mates with Donald Trump. If he becomes president of the United States, perhaps he can pardon me, as it were.
Well, I hope that you don't get deported, Wesley. That would be terrible.
Absolutely, it would be one of the most devastating things that ever happened to me in my life.
I'm sure Trump could make it happen. You can stay in this country, but I hope you like cleaning hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Well, right now in the ring, we have, of course, Sumi Sakai getting her hair pulled by Kyoko. And I spoke to both of these ladies earlier as much as I could get out of them because, of course, they speak Japanese. But they were telling me that they've known each other for a long time, but this is the first time that they've actually wrestled each other in the ring. So they're very familiar with each other, but this is the first time they're actually going at it in physical combat.
Right now, Kyoko is woman handling Sakai.
Absolutely, she is woman handling him, and she's giving a clever slap to the face there of Ozzy. No respect for the referee, as it were. And Sumi Sakai was feeling that boot to the face in the corner, and she's being toyed with at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely being toyed.
Yeah, Sumi Sakai is going to have the physical disadvantage against Kyoko. Kyoko, of course, the larger competitor, and right now she's going for a submission move.
Absolutely, and that submission move is wearing down Sumi Sakai. Knee to the face there with the submission move on her. And we'll see how long this lasts. I don't know how long you can take this kind of thing, but clearly at this point in the match, it's been all Kyoko, as it were.
Yeah, Kyoko trying to get the early victory right here. And Dyson, I want to ask you, how familiar are you with these two individuals?
Well, I've seen them on the internet a lot. Usually I'm alone while watching them.
Oh, no.
Hey, they're great competitors. I don't want any distractions when I'm watching great competitors.
Well, I can only imagine what you do alone. But right now, of course, Kyoko continuing to wear down Sumi Sakai. I also want to remind everybody that these two women are both actually mixed martial arts competitors, so they're very well versed in all sorts of combat.
As you can see.
Absolutely,
brutal submission maneuver.
Absolutely, and Sumi Sakai holding on, showing the kind of strength and tenacity she has. Still in that submission move. In the center of the ring, the pressure's being put on, ladies and gentlemen. Sumi Sakai is feeling it here.
Sakai's going to
Kyoko taking photographs, as it were.
Yeah, that's just disrespect shown to her opponent, Sumi Sakai. Kyoko pulling the hair as well. I think Kyoko is just toying with Sumi right now.
Oh, you can call it toying. What she's doing is asserting her dominance.
Absolutely, the psychological dominance there. Using the psychological tactics, as it were, taking photographs as she has her opponent, and now they'll have to break that tug there. They'll have to break that hold there as Sumi Sakai made her way over to the rope there. And that right knee, and there she goes, right after the right knee. Absolutely like a tiger stalking its prey, going after the weak knee there, and she'll go and work on that knee again. A kick to the face there.
I don't see Sakai recovering from this. She's getting sent back to Japan with a broken leg.
She very well may be. Kyoko just targeting that leg, and Sumi Sakai can only get to her knees. She can't even get to her feet, but she's trying to fight back, firing right hands into the midsection of Kyoko.
Right, there's a right cross to the face with no effect. There's another blast to the chest there. And our referee is, she's absolutely unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman does not feel pain. She's taking bloody thrashes by Sumi Sakai right back to the face. Unbelievable.
Kyoko taking it all in and giving it right back.
Yeah, Kyoko off the rope. Sumi Sakai catches her with a drop kick.
Perfectly.
And you see Kyoko tries for a clothesline. Sumi Sakai ducks, and another drop kick sends Kyoko to the canvas. Sumi Sakai is fired up.
Absolutely, two perfectly executed drop kicks.
Well, what that is her adrenaline kicking in. Because her leg is very hurt right now. If she keeps on doing these high-risk maneuvers, she's going to find herself where she was before.
That's true, and Sumi Sakai up to the top rope, but the missile drop kick sends Kyoko down to the mat. Referee goes for the count.
Near fall, ladies and gentlemen, only a 2 count, but you've got to give credit to Sumi Sakai turning this match around. 30 seconds ago, she was being bloody thrashed around the center of the ring, and here she is trying to assert dominance, as it were, against her opponent, Kyoko. Both of the women locking up in the center of the ring.
And I want to mention to you, gentlemen, I was talking to Ref Ozzy earlier, and Ref Ozzy actually told me that it's a different style to count for Japanese competitors. So if the count looks a little odd, that's why. And only a 2 count right there. Sumi Sakai with the fisherman suplex could have got the 3 count. Perhaps if that was traditional American counting, it would have been 3.
Perhaps.
Or British counting, I might add, Wesley.
Often in Britain we have more than one fall, unlike here in the United States of America. And we used to have a 10 count, as it were. Submit your opponent, pin your opponent, but most of the world has conformed to the standards of the United States, as it were, in most things, and I think Mr. Steranko would agree that's the way to go. Is that right?
No, it is the way to go, but right now, Kyoko just out-wrestled Sumi.
Yeah, Kyoko's got Sumi in a sleeper hold. Trying to reach the ropes once again is Sumi Sakai, but Kyoko's really taking it to her. I don't know if she's going to be able to get out of this one.
She's not. Kyoko's just a beast.
Kyoko asserting her dominance here with the submission holds. You see the wrestling, the grappling, the Muay Thai, the Japanese street fighting all on display, culminating into this wonderful display of fighting by both of these women here. Mixed martial arts competitors, as it were, as well as wrestling. And
I would hate to see a guest like Sakai, a guest to our country, be so hurt that she has to be stretchered out of here. What she should do is tap.
Well, she may be forced to tap. I don't see any way out of this one. Referee with a count of 2. Only 2 though. Sumi Sakai staying alive.
Only 2. Sumi Sakai showing the heart of a champion here. She refuses to submit there. Kyoko is relentless though, will not stop, will not for 1 second, and there's a pin.
Only a 2 count. Kyoko once again not able to get it done. You gotta admire the heart of Sumi Sakai.
Absolutely, Sumi Sakai being thrashed in the center of the ring, most of the match, being in submission holds, most of the match. Now a kick to the face there, bloody kick to the face. Another kick to the face there, and she's thrashing her about, working her in the corner here. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyoko is a brutal competitor. I would not want to face her in a dark alley.
A couple of more of those kicks, she's going to forget that she's actually from Japan.
And what was that count there, Mr. Jayce? That was quite a quick count there.
Well, yeah, Wesley, I mean, I guess that's what Ref Ozzy was talking about. Maybe the count varies in different situations. This Japanese count style, that was certainly strange.
Wait a second.
And another seemingly quick count. But there's a roll-up, again, too, and Sumi Sakai caught by Kyoko.
Wow.
Up and over. Sumi Sakai goes off the ropes, ducks under. Again up, and there's a Hurricane Rana pinning combination. Oh, still only 2.
Unbelievable. Perfectly executed maneuver there. And a kick to the face there. And I don't know if she can recover from that.
That's it.
There it is,
That's
ladies
it.
and gentlemen. Unbelievable. You saw it here. Unbelievable. I knew she could not recover from that thrashing that she gave her there. Unreal. Absolutely unbelievable. What a wonderful match was on display here.
It certainly was.
Kyoko Kimura.
Kyoko getting the win. Kyoko dominated most of that match, and Sumi Sakai tried to come back at the end, but Kyoko just too much for her.
Yeah, I'll give Sakai this. She put up a great fight, especially towards the end of that match. What a great back and forth that was. But Kyoko, she's just too high of a mountain for Sakai to climb.
Kyoko leaving the ring victorious here with her water bottle. She came into this match like, whatever, I'm coming in here to give someone a bloody thrashing. I got my water bottle, I don't really care what's going on. Not long ago, 6 months ago as it were.
Yeah, gentlemen, I do not enjoy having PJ Stackpole as our new boss.
Well, I was sent a plane ticket to this country by Mr. Maximo. I don't know if Mr. Stockpole feels the same way about me, as it were. Perhaps Mr. Bolls will be sent packing back to jolly old England after tonight. I'm quite nervous about that. Quite nervous about the New York State Athletic Commission looking after me, investigating Point Spear Wrestling, and I'm quite nervous that if Donald Trump becomes the President of the United States, I'll be deported.
Well, I hope you're not deported.
We can only hope, Wesley. Alright, all I gotta say is this. Dante, how do you know you're not gonna like working for Stackpole? He's been in charge for all but 20 minutes. Give the man a chance.
Well, I've been here at FSW for a while now, and all I've seen from Stackpole is dirty deeds, despicable actions. He's aligned with the End, who is in the ring right now. We've got Aldwin, we've got Mason, and we've got Stackpole, who is nothing but a scumbag.
Quite strong words there.
You know you're talking about our boss.
Well, I have to call it like I see it.
Enjoying the Stackpole era of FSW.
Yes, I am.
Mrs. Steranko clearly impressed with Mr. Stackpole.
As Director of Operations for FSW, it is my responsibility to inform you that at our show, Lucha Libre Extravaganza, it will feature the grudge match of the century as Ian Aldwin steps foot into the ring with Cyrus the Bill. No, that's not happening yet. As he steps foot into the ring with Cyrus the Bill in an I Quit match. Well, as it happens, Cyrus the Bill knows. As it happens, Cyrus the Bill knows all about quitting. Cyrus the Bill knows all about quitting. And Ian Aldwin would love to explain exactly what we mean by that in a little expose on Cyrus the Bill.
Ah, we're getting treated to an expose.
Unbelievable. What will Mr. Aldwin say? The man running rampant in fighting spirit wrestling.
First of all, I think all you Brooklyns need to shut up and show this man some goddamn respect.
Everybody be quiet.
Well, the fans don't respect Ian Aldwin, that's for sure.
Now, in case you all didn't know, I want to give each and every one of you a little reality check. You see, Cyrus the Bill is not the man that each and every one of you think he is. You see, Cyrus didn't have a great childhood. Cyrus grew up
Well, that's sad.
in the slums with a family that didn't care about him. So what does he do? He does the same thing that every other delinquent does. He turns to drugs
alcohol.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Unbelievable. Going into personal
You all
problems.
didn't know Cyrus DeVille is a recovering drug addict. He has actually been sober for 4 years on and off. And why do you think he turned sober? Because Ian Aldwin, PJ Stackpole, and Leon Mason lifted him up from the darkness into the light.
Now, I find that hard to believe.
Why? These men care about other people.
Then why did they knock him down and bust his head open?
Does he deserve it?
Cyrus, you have faced a lot of demons in your life. But I guarantee you, the moment you face this demon, I am worse than any needle you can stick in your arm. I am worse than any pill you can put in your mouth. I will make you wish you were a junkie all over again. Just to get away from this demon.
Absolutely
Beautiful
despicable
speech.
words there.
Fantastic.
As a full-time alcoholic, I find that quite offensive there.
I'm inspired.
Well, I'm disgusted as well. Ian Aldwin with some very strong words, and Cyrus is not going to appreciate that.
Absolutely,
Wait a
kicking
second.
him where the sun doesn't shine, as it were. Quite a dirty way to go about it, bringing up personal problems, drug addiction. It's disgusting. And here is Mr. Cyrus DeVille coming into the ring, and this bloody feud does not seem to have an end in clear sight, gentlemen.
I'm not Joe Maximo. I don't roll over for you. Tonight's going to be another handicap match.
Oh no.
Leon Mason and Ian Aldwin against you unless you can find a partner, and I doubt, sir, that that's possible because nobody likes you.
DeVille should have stayed at his AA meeting.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, looks like his partner's here.
no.
Oh, natural disaster. Malta the Damager coming out here, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Malta teaming up with Cyrus here tonight. Now that's a dream team.
How the
Unbelievable.
hell did Cyrus get this guy on his side?
Malta the Damager. You know, we got two feuds going on here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a bloody feud between Cyrus DeVille and Ian Aldwin, and a budding feud, as it were, between Leon Mason and Malta the Damager that seemed to come out of the match they had in Connecticut. We saw it last month. During the Lumberjack match, there was another brawl going on outside the ring, and most of that brawl was centered around Mr. Malta and Mr. Leon Mason.
My God, Malta and Cyrus DeVille together. Everybody better hold on to their wallets.
Well, PJ Stackpole calling for a referee. The diminutive referee runs out and right now is checking Cyrus DeVille.
You should.
Mr. Zubin there, taking a good check there, making sure everything is kosher.
Check them both for contraband or whatever else they might have on them.
Well, Malta getting checked right now. We're just waiting for this match to begin. This blood feud, as you gentlemen alluded to.
Absolutely.
Malta could hide a whole sword in his pants.
Malta the Damager, 7 feet tall, perhaps 300 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, no one knows exactly. And Malta the Damager has just been cast in a movie where he plays the gentleman that Rocky was based on, a man who fought Muhammad Ali in the ring. And Malta has been summoned to play Andre the Giant, the legendary wrestling master, as it were. Andre the Giant, an unbelievable wrestler.
No one knows Malta's weight for sure because people are too scared to take his weight.
Well, Malta, a huge individual. I congratulate him as getting cast as Andre the Giant, as an actor myself. And right now he's set to face off against Ian Aldwin. Ian Aldwin may have the speed advantage against Malta, but right now Malta is trying to put a quick end to this with his patented bicycle kick, but Aldwin escaping to the outside of the ring.
Absolutely. I don't know that Malta connected on that kick there, but Ian Aldwin saw what was possible, and I find it to be quite a curious way to start the match off. Ian Aldwin against Malta the Damager as a way to start this match. I would think that Malta would perhaps get in there with Leon Mason, or you see Cyrus DeVille with the man running rampant in Fighting Spirit Wrestling, Ian Aldwin, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you talking about? Malta doesn't want to get his hands dirty or his face dirty. He's an actor now. He's all Hollywood.
He's all Hollywood, and I accompanied Mr. Malta to the Trump Taj Mahal Casino, as it were, and Mr. Steranko was nice enough to talk to Mr. Trump. Our rooms were comped, as it were. Had a wonderful steak dinners, lobster, all types of drinks, and I have to thank you, Mr. Steranko, for doing that. And here we see this budding rivalry with Leon Mason in the ring.
Whoa, there's a big right hand from Malta. Malta and Leon just trading fists back and forth. These two big bulls.
That's right.
Going at it. The two largest members of the FSW roster.
I want to see this.
And Leon Mason right now seems to have the advantage, chopping Malta across his chest.
Malta in the corner, seemed like he was playing possum there for a moment. Big knee to the side there, another knee there, as Malta likes to do, and a big slap to the chops there.
Malta getting tossed back into the corner by Mason, and that sounded like an even harder chop. I don't know which one of these men is more powerful, but they're killing each other in there.
They're collapsing each other's lungs at what they're doing.
They certainly are, Dyson, and you see they just trade blows back and forth, chops and knees, and look at Mason right now. Looks like he's setting Malta up for a vertical suplex. Up and down goes Malta.
Perfectly executed suplex there. You don't see Malta getting suplexed too often. Hard to get a guy that size up, and hard to get a guy that talented up.
I'm surprised. Put Malta up on a suplex. His legs might pop up on the ceiling.
Here's Malta.
Malta trying to return the favor right now. Trying to get Mason up for a suplex, and down he goes.
Perfectly executed. Malta the Damager with the suplex there. Only a 2 count there. And,
register on the Richter scale.
Quite animated is Mr. Zubin, our referee here.
Well, Mr. Zubin, I think, has drank a little too many cups of coffee, but regardless, Malta with Leon Mason setting him up, going for an Irish whip, but Mason reverses. Oh, and look at that! Malta with a Hurricane Rana.
What the hell?
Ladies and gentlemen, when you see guys of that size with the technical ability as Malta perfectly executing these maneuvers, it's unbelievable. And
Did I just see that?
it looks like we got something going on outside the ring. Cyrus DeVille's going at it there, thrashing Ian Aldwin. And Leon Mason bloody thrashing him. Malta's on the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. What's he going to do here? He's almost touching the ceiling. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
Malta just taking out the entire end. He takes out Ian. He takes out Mason, and he even takes out his own partner Cyrus. Malta just using his gigantic body like a missile.
Does Malta hit his head too hard? Does he think he's a luchador?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, whether he's a luchador or not, you just saw a 7-foot guy go off the top rope, jump outside the ring onto 3 people. It was unbelievable.
How does a 7-foot-tall man do an Hurricane Rana?
He's a super talented guy, is Malta. Malta back in the ring, and he'll work on Leon Mason. Leon Mason at the centre of the ring. Ian Aldwin pulling at his feet. And now they're trying to have a go at Malta here. Will they have a go at Malta?
I'm still in shock.
Well, gentlemen, I'm sure that took as much out of Malta as it did of his opponents. You see a guy that big as Malta is, all that gravity, and he hits the ground, and he gets a lot taken out of him, and now the end taking advantage, just smacking him across the face.
You're right. You're right there.
Trying to teach him a lesson for doing something like that. And Ian Aldwin with the added power of Leon Mason. Now Mason goes in, both men rushing into Malta in the corner.
And ladies and gentlemen, how is Malta still standing after that barrage there? Here's Ian Aldwin trying to work on Malta, headbutt there, and Malta still standing like Jake LaMotta in Raging Bull. And now he goes down, ladies and gentlemen.
And look at Aldwin. Aldwin with a very smart strategy, taking out the leg of Malta. You take out the leg of this giant, and he's going to be prone on the ground. He can't even stand.
Absolutely.
Sure, Malta's regretting all that high fun falutin stuff he was doing.
And Cyrus DeVille, it looks as if all the aggression has turned against Malta the Damager here, and they're forgetting Cyrus DeVille's biding his time in the corner, waiting for a proper tag to come into this match and try to do what he can do against the End.
Smart move from the End. Take out the big man first. Take out DeVille after.
Absolutely.
Well, DeVille may not even have a chance to get in this match if the End is able to pin Malta. But Dyson, I want to ask you, do you think that was a wise move for Malta to go up to the top rope where he's not used to use his body as a weapon like that?
Well, impressive, yes. Wise, no.
Malta the Damager, this little leg drop there after being properly body slammed by Leon Mason. And Malta makes the tag here. Here's Cyrus DeVille. Here's Ian Aldwin. Here's the bloody feud we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen.
Cyrus DeVille back in the ring. Cyrus DeVille has waited months to get his hands on Ian Aldwin after Ian Aldwin attacked him and left him a bloody mess. Cyrus DeVille taking out his former friend Ian Aldwin with a couple of clotheslines. Cyrus now with a power slam on the big man. Goes for a cover, only a 2 count, and Mason breaks it up.
That's right. That's a brotherhood right there. Watching each other's backs.
Well, there's a big boot. Of course, Aldwin was saying before the match that Cyrus was a drug addict, but Cyrus told me that he's from the slums of Shaolin. So Cyrus DeVille has an interesting past, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've driven by the slums of Shaolin. Not a good place.
Here's Malta in the center of the ring here. And Leon Mason not far behind. Over the top. Ladies and gentlemen, when was the last time you see two guys that big over the top and they're brawling outside the ring?
Half the audience almost died.
They got quite a bloody feud going on here. 2 matches at once, as it were, not just a proper tag team match. And Malta bloody thrashing, and we got a pin in the center of the ring. And
that's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Now that came out of nowhere.
Absolutely. The referee did not give the proper signal, as it were. Not know what was going on. I didn't even hear him tapping his hands.
I think he was having a seizure.
Cyrus DeVille is going to have to get the entire crew of the Wu-Tang Clan from the slums of Shaolin to help him out against the End.
Well, this isn't over here. Here's
Cyrus DeVille. He's going after Aldwin again.
Bloody thrashing Ian Aldwin, and he ran his head into the side of the ring there, and he'll have him in center of the ring. And this match, they're technically over. Cyrus DeVille.
Oh, there's Cyrus with his patented
Unnecessary.
Cyrus, nobody does that spear better than Cyrus DeVille.
This is unnecessary.
And it looks like he's going for a sharpshooter.
Unbelievable. He's going to give him a sharpshooter, ladies and gentlemen.
The bell keeper needs to be ringing the bell right now. This is unnecessary. Right now, Ian Aldwin does not deserve this. The match is over.
Well, look at Aldwin tapping out.
Aldwin's properly topping out here after the bell is rung, ladies and gentlemen. The sharpshooter, and Cyrus DeVille's locking it on like a cobra snake.
And that tiny referee not able to get Cyrus off of Aldwin, trying to cripple him.
From now until Lucha Libre Extravaganza, if you put 2 fingers on Ian Aldwin, you're fired.
There you go.
No.
That's up.
Right now.
Lay down the law, Stackpole. Let him know.
Our new boss, different approach to the business, as it were, gentlemen. They may not agree with Mr. Stockpole. These 2 first matches were quite interesting, I must say.
I'm loving the Stackpole era as it is so far. How
Weighing in at 392 and 1/4 pounds, Tony Mamaluke!
Well, there you see Tony Mamaluke. The fans don't seem to appreciate him, and I can't imagine why.
Yeah, me either. This guy's a bona fide legend, and he should have some respect. He's probably in mourning because of the passing of Big Ange.
Well, that's a good point, Dyson. I agree with you there. Tony Mamaluke, I think, was a good friend of Big Ange, but right now he's setting to take on Blake Morris.
Absolutely, Mr. Mamaluke there. Where's little Guido? Usually these two are together.
Who knows, by this point he might be in the witness protection program.
Well, referee getting set to make this one official.
some match here, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
got it.
Legendary ECW superstar Tony Mamaluke will be taking on Blake Morris here for Fighting Spear Wrestling in what seems to be an unbelievable event.
Well, Mama Luke's stalling a little bit. He doesn't seem to want to get this match underway.
It's a veteran. This is not stalling. He's picking his spot.
Listen to the audience asking, where's their pizza? A bit of a stereotype going on, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Right.
Anti-Italian sentiment, as it were, by the fans, carried over by ECW, asking, where's my pizza?
Well, you got the fans behind Blake Morris, means they're supporting FSW over ECW.
Well, ECW was a great... and
Here we go.
well, there's the bell. Finally, officially, this match has started. Of course, you mentioned, Dyson, they're supporting FSW over ECW, but Tony Mamaluke, you know, is a true veteran in this business. Of course, ECW was around 20 years ago, and he's still at it. I was talking to him earlier, and he told me that he knows every trick of the trade. He's going to use every shortcut, and he's going to cheat if necessary. He's going to do whatever it takes to take out Blake Morris tonight.
Absolutely. We've seen the antics of Mr. Mamaluke in the past, and I'm sure they'll be on full display here, ladies and gentlemen. Both men locking up in the center of the ring now. Mr. Morris clearly with the size advantage here against Tony Mamaluke. Both men having a go in the center of the ring.
That size advantage not going to do much against a veteran like Mamaluke.
Well, Tony Mamaluke, a very crafty guy. Of course, the audience doesn't take kindly to him. I mean, I don't understand why they wouldn't like a guy from Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, and that's where I'm from.
I'm actually starting to understand the audience's point of view.
Hey, wait a second. Well, in any case, Blake Morris taking it to Mamaluke. Now, flawless Blake Morris, he's been on a bit of a losing streak lately. You gotta wonder if that's gonna get in his head, and if he's looking to this match versus a legend like Mamaluke to get back on the winning track.
Absolutely, losing streak, and then to have to fight a competitor of the magnitude of Mr. Mamaluke, never easy, as you see him starting to work on Blake Morris in the corner there.
Yeah, Tony Mamaluke chopping away. Last time we saw Tony Mamaluke here in FSW was at the Lucha Libre Extravaganza in Queens last April, and I remember when I called that match, it was actually a tag team match, and both of these men were involved.
Unbelievable.
But right now they're going at their singles match, the first time the two of them has faced each other in singles competition. Blake Morris taking the advantage right now with a bunch of power moves, and there's a hip toss. Tony Mamaluke begging off right now.
Absolutely, Tony Mamaluke not in control of this match here, ladies and gentlemen. Blake Morris clearly in control, whipped him up against the rope, and a knee to the face there. And Mr. Morris just missed him there. He slipped away outside of the ring. Mr. Mamaluke getting his wits about him, as it were, outside the ring. We've seen him before. He's quite a cagey character.
Oh, and Tony Mamaluke moving out of the way, but now he takes the legs out of Blake Morris. Blake Morris goes face first. And I want to mention that another thing Tony Mamaluke said to me, I asked him, what does he prefer, tag competition or singles competition? And he told me, Dante, I like being in a tag team match because you got somebody else there to rely on. So that may be his downfall here tonight, but as of now, I think he's doing great as a singles competitor. What would you say, gentlemen?
I agree. I think Mamaluke is looking great out there, and he's upstaging Mr. Flawless Blake Morris.
Absolutely, and the bag of tricks here on display is Mr. Mamaluke clearly in control of this match here as he blasts him down with elbows to the face there.
I think, Wesley, that Mamaluke is now targeting Blake Morris's arm.
That's right, absolutely. You saw that leg drop on the arm there, and he'll go back to working on that arm again here. Mr. Morris writhing in pain in the center of the ring with a proper submission hold on his arm there, on that left arm. Mr. Mamaluke working him here.
We might see Blake Morris get tapped out in his own house.
Well, he very well may tap out, but right now he's back up. There's a hip toss. Tony Mamaluke. Oh, look at that. He's going for the short arm scissors, it looks like. Blake Morris keeping the hands clasped. That's the only thing that's saving him right now.
Wonderful ring work.
Mr. Mamaluke posing for the camera as he has Mr. Morris in the submission hold, as Kyoko did earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a generation of selfies and taking photographs of yourself.
Well, that's true. Both of these men trying to get the upper hand, but look at the power of Blake Morris.
Unbelievable. Blake Morris working out of the submission move with pure power, reversing what was being done to him, and Mr. Mamaluke in the corner now. Looks like Mr. Morris may have gained control of the match, but I spoke too soon there.
Yeah, that was very impressive by Morris, but he used all the power he had left in that arm.
Yeah, Blake Morris ducking under the strikes of Mamaluke. There's a kick. Mamaluke stunned, and there's a neck breaker to follow up.
Unbelievable, perfectly executed neck breaker after that proper kick to the face there. And Mr. Morris with his wits about him. Mr. Mamaluke in the corner there. And Mr. Morris, he just ran into the ring post.
Crafty veteran.
Absolutely.
Not going to get much past him.
Not easy to get anything past Mr. Mamaluke there. You see all the bag of tricks on display here.
Well, the man from the FBI and from the original ECW, he also mentioned that he loved performing in ECW, taking it to the extreme to Blake Morris right now, just tossing him into that metal pole. And now again, working on the arm, up to the second rope goes Mamaluke. And there you see a DDT on the arm. And again, there's a hammerlock clasping it up. Is the technical competitor Tony Mamaluke. Also could be a pinning combination, but only one shoulder down.
Absolutely, continues to work on that arm there.
Question: can you call yourself flawless after you have to get your arm amputated because Tony Mamaluke?
Mr. Morris not looking too flawless at this moment here.
Well, Blake Morris trying to fight out of it. I agree with you, Dyson. I mean, Tony Mamaluke just taking it to his arm, but he's got the other arm and he uses that one for a clothesline to knock Mamaluke down.
Yeah, you got that right. That was brutal.
And up and over with the back body drop.
Unbelievable, the power on display. Mr. Morris executing perfectly.
I don't know where Morris gets his energy.
Morris clearly with a second win here. Clearly in control of the match here, ladies and gentlemen. Flawless Morris here. And he'll attempt the pin here. Well, only a 2 count and near fall, ladies and gentlemen. It was quite close there, as it were.
I'd say. I thought it was over. Those kicks to the face were brutal.
They certainly were. Tony Mamaluke showing a lot of heart, able to kick out of that. Just some dead weight, it looks like. But he might have been playing a little bit of possum again, going for the armbar.
Tricked you.
But Flawless busting out of it with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Now Flawless calling for it. He picks Tony Mamaluke up. Tony Mamaluke struggling, but there's a tombstone pile driver. That could be it. He goes for the cover, and that's it. There's a 3 count.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe it. Perfectly executed tombstone now. Blake Morris breaking up the streak of losing, as it were, by defeating an ECW legend, a wrestling legend, Tony Mamaluke, here in front of the fans in Brooklyn, and not got to hurt for Mr. Mamaluke being so close to Bensonhurst as we are here.
Yeah, well, Morris better be careful. He might get whacked in the back because of what he just did.
Well, Blake Morris, like you said, Wesley, breaking up that losing streak, and that was no small feat to defeat a veteran.
Here we go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you see Joe Bronson making his way to the ring.
From Long Island, New York, weighing in sitting at 230 pounds, Joe Bronson!
Of course, Joe Bronson, we saw make his debut last month at the Kill 'Em All event. He was on the losing end, but right now Joe Bronson looking to get his first victory here in FSW.
Joe Bronson probably snuck his way onto the LIRR to get here.
Mr. Bronson, quite a menacing figure, quite a large individual, and we'll see this. This seems to be quite a good match here, a 5-star match of Fighting Spirit Wrestling.
Everybody named Bronson is tough.
We've got these newcomers here, Mr. Jayce. We saw these newcomers attempt to evade Fighting Spirit Wrestling last time. We were not successful, as it were. But tonight we saw a much different thing. Under the guidance, or under whatever you want to call it, of Mr. Stackpole, I'm quite nervous here. I'm quite afraid that I'll be investigated as not being a proper naturalized citizen, and I think Mr. Stackpole perhaps has it in for me, and in for all of us, as it were.
Well, don't worry about
Except
it,
for
Wesley.
Mr. Steranko.
I mean,
You can always marry my poodle.
I think you'll be fine. I think you just talk to Stackpole. As much of a jerk as the man may be, he recognizes that we need a good British presence here, and you're him.
Absolutely, it's always good to have a British presence, as many countries in the world have felt the British presence, as it were.
Number 1, John Silver!
And of course, there's number 1, John Silver. We saw him also make his FSW debut at the last event.
Absolutely, Mr. Silver, quite a character in the ring. We saw the power. We'll see him up against everyone here tonight, as we have a 5-star match, every man for himself. Mr. Joe Bronson in the ring with Mr. Silver.
Silver is well put together, but Bronson's a monster. He's walking around the ring scaring the crap out of all these fans.
I believe Mr. Maxwell Jacob Feinstein will be involved in this match, as it were, tonight as well. I have a hunch about that. And ladies and gentlemen, usually we have the card in front of us. It's all changed tonight. Mr. Stockpole has taken control of Fighting Spirit Wrestling. We don't know exactly what the card will be, so we're playing it by ear, as it were.
Number 3, hailing from Wall Street, weighing a stack of 10.99 CPA!
Well, CPA, of course, the man who loves to do taxes.
Not doing mine.
Well, I spoke to this gentleman, and he told me help me out with my taxes, as it were.
I think Leon Mason's doing my taxes this year.
I think Leon Mason would just slam a tax form through a table.
That's okay. I like how that works out for me.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, look at that.
Hailing from straight out of Compton, weighing in an IQ of 151, Francis Kipling Stevens!
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the nerd. We saw the nerd in action last time, the last event here, Fighting Spirit Wrestling, and quite a crafty individual.
Yeah, one tough nerd is that man.
And I like his socks there. Those match what I'm wearing here tonight.
Yeah, they are pretty snazzy, aren't they?
Although the suspenders,
Oh, look at this.
wouldn't co-sign those suspenders there, but
It's like Stevens and CPA on the same page.
Well, they may be teaming up, even though it is every man for themselves in this 5-star match.
absolutely.
And look at this guy.
And final competitor from Plainview, New York, weighing at 205 pounds. He is the hottest and youngest free agent in wrestling today, Maxwell Jacob Feinstein.
And you alluded to it earlier, Wesley. There is Feinstein. He's also a part of this match.
Absolutely, Mr. Feinstein making his presence here.
Impressive looking individual.
Absolutely. We'll see how this unfolds here as the fans are throwing things in the ring there.
Throwing streamers in the ring.
I see Stevenson helping with the cleanup effort.
Well, he's a nice guy. Why not?
And gentlemen, could this be a match, we have these new guys in Fighting Spirit Wrestling, could this be a match where thinning the herd is what's going on? We want to see who the toughest of these newcomers is, perhaps. I don't know exactly. Your thoughts?
That's a great point, Wesley. I could see that. The winner may stay on and the rest will just shuttle off somewhere. But all of these men had quite a great showing last month. That's why they're back here tonight. Of course, everybody wants to be a part of FSW. And there's the opening bell for this contest. And right now we have in the ring CPA and Feinstein.
Absolutely. Here's Feinstein in the ring with CPA.
Stevenson
And,
out there. He's pat his partner CPA in the back. I'd say he almost tagged himself in.
Well, we don't know what's going on. Could this perhaps be a thinning of the herd match here? under the new direction of Mr. Stockpole. The Stockpole era is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. And we have this 5-star match here.
That's right, and I also want to make a correction from last time. We were told that these men were from the PWS Syndicate, but they're actually from Wrestle 1.
Absolutely.
Well, right now Feinstein charges in. He misses. CPA trips him up looking for the quick win, but Feinstein able to kick out.
That would have been an upset.
Well, who would you gentlemen favor in this match? Who do you think's the favorite to win here?
I've only seen Mr. Silver really assert his dominance. I've seen these other fellows, though Mr. Bronson seems quite a formidable character. Mr. Steranko, you're a betting man. Where's your money in this match here?
My money's on Mr. Bronson. Once he steps inside that ring, he's taking up half of it. No one's going to topple him.
He got a good name there, Mr. Bronson. His first name I don't really care for, Joe. Pretty stupid name, I'd say.
Well, stupid or not, he is an intimidating presence. Well, I'd actually say that I think one tough nerd's going to pull it off. I think he's going to pull the upset win here tonight.
This nerd is backing up into a wall right now.
Here's Mr. Bronson looming over CPA, not really aware. And he fakes with the right hand there. And he's cowering there, but there's the right hand. Mr. Bronson unleashing a barrage of punches there. And CPA in the corner at this point looking quite helpless against this monster in the ring.
Yeah, cowering did not work for Mr. CPA.
And there's the power of Bronson, big body slam, sending the CPA down.
He utterly tossed him, he saw that body slam there.
Stevenson joins him on the floor.
And the nerd here, I wonder if his glasses get broken after these matches. I know mine used to get broken when people used to mess with balls, as it were, in
well, I don't know.
School in England now.
I think maybe he ties his glasses on extra tight to protect them, but John Silver, number 1, he calls himself in the ring. I mean, that's a pretty good nickname. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Ace, but it's pretty similar. Anyway, he takes down Bronson, and John Silver, a very powerful man, looking to suplex the big man Bronson right now. Up and over, sending Bronson down.
Unbelievable.
Lots of power, lots of tenacity from him.
They got Maxwell in the match there. They got Silver in the match there. I think they're trying to take from my countrymen, the Beatles, Maxwell Silver Hammer, as it were. Next thing you know, one of these guys will be calling themselves the Hammer. As we all know, England is the most influential country in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Not to toot my own horn there, but none of you would be in this country had it not been for England.
You're doing a pretty good job tooting that horn.
Yeah, I would disagree. We're in the good old US of A, Wesley, the greatest country in the world.
Well, that's it. Silver just gave him a hell of a European uppercut there before tossing him across the ring.
Beautiful European uppercut, the only kind to employ in a match there.
Well, regardless of what country you're from, here's Joe Bronson choking away and tossing John Silver overhead.
Showing the powers, Joe Bronson there.
There's the CPA. CPA being caught in the arms of Bronson.
Absolutely. And here's the man with the missile drop kick off the top rope there. Bloody thrashing CPA in the back. And Joe Bronson now falling to his back.
I mean, those are schoolyard tactics right there.
Well, the nerd goes off and he lands right on Bronson, but now he's in there with the CPA. 2 nerds as it were jumping up and down. I don't know what they're doing, but Feinstein just takes them both out.
I see there clearly lines are drawn in this match. There's clearly alliances going on here.
Yeah, that's very true, Wesley. I don't think Feinstein's got any friends in there.
Well, there shouldn't be any friends in this match.
Feinstein with his knee properly in the neck and face area of the CPA there, and Mr. Feinstein showing off, as it were, trying to get the crowd involved here, but I don't think anyone cares for his nonsense.
No, I don't either.
Feinstein's mocking the crowd's love for CPA.
I think perhaps his girlfriend is saying it, but that's it. I don't hear anyone else saying CPA.
Or maybe his boyfriend.
Oh.
Mr. Bronson there, outside the ring, lurking about, and the auction ensuing in the center of the ring as Mr. Feinstein properly body slams CPA.
Watch out
I
now.
think Feinstein needs to pay attention. He's about to get rolled up. Oh, instead he drives a fist right into the face of the CPA.
Now, what's going on? The nerd lurking about the apron, and he's properly blocked off there. Mr. Feinstein trying to assert his dominance in the center of the ring. There are the right hands there. And CPA is absolutely in trouble here.
I said CPA is out of his element with Feinstein in there.
Well, Feinstein's a one-man show in there right now, taking it to all his opponents. And he pulls the tie off of the CPA.
Well, Mr. Steranko is saying that CPA is clearly out of his league now, as it were.
That's right. If Feinstein is smart, yeah, that's right. I was going to suggest.
And
he should
here's Mr. Bronson
choke out the CPA.
as he employed the foreign object, ladies and gentlemen. Though the object came off of his opponent, he used it to strangle him there.
You know, I wouldn't refer to it as foreign object. You might want to be politically correct and call it an undocumented object.
Oh, but look at this. Bronson sneaking up behind Feinstein, and now he's trying to choke him out. And there's the nerd. The nerd is back
ladies
in.
and gentlemen. The nerd is trying to assert his own power here.
You know, he's the angriest wrestler you've ever heard. He is one tough nerd, and now Silver in there trying to stun every one of them.
Absolutely. Mr. Silver taking advantage.
Everyone feeling the effects of that stunner. Yeah, a tribute to Stone Cold.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is quite an interesting matchup here. Relatively newcomers to Fighting Spirit Wrestling, thrashing about the ring. Mr. Silver taking advantage here. And he bloody tore CPA into the corner. Now we'll have a go at Mr. Feinstein and towards Feinstein. And here's the power on display that we talked about last time.
Yeah.
Silver showing us how it's done.
And
John
bloody
Silver.
through Joe Bronson there. Unbelievable power by Mr. Silver.
He's incredibly strong, able to toss around his opponents like rag dolls. And right now, he's getting set.
Right now, he's wasting time, giving these fans smiles on their faces. Should be out there taking care of business.
Oh, John Silver over the top rope on his opponents. What a move.
Perfectly executed. You see the technical ability on display.
That was lightning quick right there, boys.
And if anyone's going to make a point here, ladies and gentlemen, for this faction of individuals coming into Fighting Spirit Wrestling, it has to be Mr. Silver at this point.
Hey,
Absolutely must be Mr. Silver.
CPA got his tie back, and he's the only man standing in the ring.
CPA getting fired up.
Not only did he get his tie back, he put it on properly. I don't know exactly how he could do that so quickly as he...
Well, very unique offense by the CPA, taking out his opponents.
He knows his own strength.
And he does have some good fashion sense.
The action ensuing outside the ring here. As he tosses Mr. Feinstein into the ring. And there this has been a 5-star match. Lots of action happening outside the ring, and there's a proper smack to the face there.
That's just an insult. Feinstein getting cracked in the face by the CPA. There's a, looked like a jawbreaker.
Absolutely, bloody thrust from outside of the ring. Here's CPA, Joe Bronson in the ring here.
Bronson with a fireman's carry to the CPA. Rolls through with a roll-through senton. And now look at the nerd up there. One tough nerd taking Bronson out with a DDT from the second rope. Only a 2 count though. Yeah. Bronson showing too much power.
Unbelievable. And the nerd showing he's quite crafty in the ring, waiting for his quite good moment to strike there.
The nerd is fired up.
And he'll have a go here at Joe Bronson. And Joe Bronson got him up.
Oh no!
That's how you extinguish that fire.
Unbelievable. And Mr.
Drops
Bronson,
the nerd right on his head. Only a 2 count. How did the nerd kick out of that?
Yeah, I'll give you credit for that one.
Absolutely. Mr. Bronson asserting dominance there. Bloody thrust the nerd there. And this nerd is in pain in the corner. But Mr. Silver, or rather, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, starting to have a go here at Mr. Bronson. And bloody thrashing him with right hands.
Yeah.
We've got a Arturo Gotti type combination coming here.
And
Massive clothesline.
all those shots, and it didn't compare to that one huge clothesline by Bronson. Now he's setting Silver up. Silver able to escape, goes behind, and there's a deadlift German suplex.
There's the power. Only a 2 count. You see the power on display of this gentleman, ladies and gentlemen. This man clearly a brutally strong individual in the ring.
Feinstein's too hungry, too smart to let that happen.
And where has Mr. Feinstein been this entire time? I just see him reappearing in the ring here.
Well, I think he was recovering on the outside, trying to pick his spot. And right now, Silver taking it to him, a series of strikes. Oh, and there's a spear. Feinstein, only a 2-count. Bronson breaks it up.
Yeah, normally if it was just a one-on-one match, it would have been over there.
Oh, there's a huge spinning lariat by Bronson. The Nerd trying to crawl back in the ring. Now he's got him in a fireman's carry.
That's the word, crawl.
And the CPA as well. Look at the power of Bronson. He's got both men up on his shoulders.
I don't know exactly what that is there.
CPA trying to help his boy out. Didn't work out.
No, not at all. And there's
again the power of Mr. Silver on display.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
German suplex to 2 men at once.
Unbelievable.
And just drives a big boot into the back of the skull of Feinstein up to the... spins him down. Only a 2-count though. John Silver not able to get the job done.
As impressive as Silver was there, it's just as impressive for Feinstein to kick out.
Absolutely. Mr. Feinstein showing the resilience here. Mr. Silver looking like he wants to go to the top rope here. What does he have in mind here?
Bronson stopping that in action.
Mr. Bronson has other plans here.
Bronson.
He fully flashed him off the top rope, and he'll find himself on the side of the ring.
Yeah, Bronson crotching John Silver and just tossing him out. And now the Nerd and the CPA double teaming Bronson. But look at Feinstein, knocks these two into each other. Feinstein, oh, there's a Tiger driver and a 3-count, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Maxwell Jacob Feinstein.
Feinstein getting the win in this 5-star match. I wasn't expecting that.
Mr. Feinstein bided his time. For moments I did not see him anywhere around the ring. He was lurking about somewhere, hiding about. He employed this strategy. But when you do 5-star matches, this is where you must approach to come out the winner. You can't fight everybody the entire time. Would you agree, gentlemen?
Feinstein putting up a 5-star performance in this 5-star match.
Well, I would agree. Feinstein with a smart strategy, able to get the win over these competitors. Looks like he's got something to say.
Oh, I definitely want to hear this.
The self-proclaimed power couple, love story made in heaven, as it were. If you see their Instagram and Twitter, they're quite flaunting their relationship there.
You've all been living under rocks, which by the looks of you, I wouldn't be surprised. I am the spectacular AJ Spectre.
Very much so.
There is, ladies and gentlemen, the spectacular AJ Spectre.
Intelligent, powerful, mesmerizing woman is Mandy.
That's right. She's all brains. No respect, these people.
What we do in our room, you might find out a little bit later. But together, we are the greatest love story that's ever been told. We're better than Edward and Bella. We're better than Ron and Hermione. Harry Potter sucks.
Hey, Harry Potter.
He's from your neck of the woods.
Absolutely.
The nerds are angry.
Now you're insulting
We're the Kim and Kanye of professional wrestling.
Well, they're just as annoying.
Right?
Kanye West, not on the top of my list of people I like.
Come out here and take my trainer and bring him around here. Do you guys have hearing problems?
The fans, I think, don't want to hear another word come out of Spectre's mouth.
Joel is too much of a coward to come out and face me. He does not have the testicular fortitude to himself in this ring. Mr. Stackpole has provided me an opportunity to come out here and entertain all of you.
I'm very entertained already. How about you?
At least
What's going on here? Mr. Spectre
about you?
Clearly throwing shots at Gerald Maximo.
Spectre just took some fan's chair away. This is great.
Well, Spectre's stealing the chair from the fan that paid their hard-earned money to sit in that chair.
Took it out of their monthly checks from the government.
Now, I thought I'd give you all a little taste of what love really looks like. Because clearly by your reaction, you've never been loved in your life. You're lonely, sad people.
They are.
I'm giving you an opportunity to change that. I'm giving you an opportunity to be spectacular.
What is he on about here? What is he on about? I can't make it out here.
You need to be quiet, and these fans need to be quiet. Let him talk.
You like that, don't you? Do you want to see this beautiful woman take her clothes off?
Oh, he's saying that Mandy's going to do a striptease here tonight.
It's going to be me.
I don't.
Oh no! He just said he's going to do the striptease.
I don't think Mrs. Bolls would approve of Mr. Bolls taking a look at Mandy take her clothes off here.
I am disgusted.
Wait a
AJ
second.
Spectre trying to do a striptease, but there's Joel Maximo to break up this insanity.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring now, Mr. Maximo, and we're not sure exactly what the status of Mr. Maximo is at this point.
We were about to get treated to a quality striptease.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, everyone's poppy, the top dog, the big tuna as it were, Mr. Gerald Maximo.
I'm sorry, Commissioner. I couldn't stand hearing these two back there, and what they were about to do was gonna mess your lives up forever. So Barbie, get out the ring. Do you think they're beautiful?
Yes. People are blind.
AJ's over here running his mouth. He just broke into wrestling like 2 minutes ago.
That's insulting.
And he's undefeated, and he's handsome, and he has to on his side.
You see the disrespect on display here against Mr. Maximo.
People like that, and me, Joel Maximo, not do anything about it? Nah, ring the bell.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we do have a match here. And the bell has rung here. AJ
Spectre taking it to Joel Maximo.
barrage of punches. Unbelievable.
What?
And quick cover by Joel. Only a 2 count though, pulling AJ Spectre up by the hair.
He got him by the hair there. Here's the suplex. Perfectly executed. Mr. Maximo will go for the pin here.
That was actually a
And that's it, ladies and
brainbuster.
gentlemen. Unbelievable. The match is over.
Joel Maximo running through AJ Spectre like nothing.
This is not right. Okay? Maximo announced that he wasn't going to fight. Spectre was not ready for this.
And as I alluded to, gentlemen, before the pre-match taping, when we spoke about what would happen, my money was on Mr. Maximo. The size advantage, he's not a slow guy, though he's a big guy. And here's Mandy having a go at Mr. Zubin in the center of the ring. AJ Spectre on his back, and he was bloody thrashed about by Mr. Maximo.
I think
That was not
AJ
fair.
Spectre was not prepared for that assault. He was on quite the winning streak, and Joel Maximo just destroyed him. But at least he gets to go home to Mandy, so that may be his consolation prize.
Defending the title successfully 2 times, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there you see Joe Attell and Talon, the elite, making their way to the ring. The challengers.
Absolutely, and as is the proper custom, the challengers coming out are going against the champions, but Mr. Talon is a champion, as it were, the Primero champion here at Fight Experience Wrestling, and that belt is on full display there. As indestructible Joe Attell and Talon make their way into the ring, looking to become champions here tonight against the Elements, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Talon could be holding 2 belts by the end of this contest.
Absolutely. Mr. Talon, already the champion, looking for more hardware, as it were.
Well, they're going to have quite the task to take out the Elements. The Elements, the FSW Tag Team Champions, are no easy wins.
Absolutely. The Elements, one of the more technical duos you'll ever see in the sport there.
The Elements come out attacking the crowd.
And they're showing off the hardware, ladies and gentlemen. The Elements, the champions, here they are. The champions in the ring.
That's right, Pyro Pulse and Iceberg, the tag team champions, throwing out shirts and merchandise to the audience. That's quite generous.
Wonderful fans here in Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen.
Iceberg's been working overtime because it's freezing outside.
Well, perhaps he's a little bit of Jack Frost.
We'll see what happens, but these guys all business as they enter the ring here.
These guys are fighting champions.
Introducing first, the challengers. At a total weight of 385 pounds, they are the team of the indestructible Joey Tell and the FSW Premier Champion Talon, the Elite! And introducing their opponents, at a total combined weight of 365 pounds, they are the current, reigning, and defending Fighting Spirit Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the team of Pyro Pulse and Iceberg, the Elements!
There they are in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, the champions. They are the champions, the tag team champions of Fighting Spirit Wrestling, and this may be their toughest match to date. These two guys in the ring, some of the toughest competitors in Fighting Spirit Wrestling is Talon and indestructible Joe Attell. And we could see the titles change hands here tonight.
We certainly may. The referee now checking the Elements, and of course, Talon and Joe Attell are hungry to get their hands on the belts.
Absolutely, and looks like Joe Attell will start this match off here. And the bell's rung, ladies and gentlemen, the action has ensued. Joe Attell taking a boxer's stance there as he squares off in the center of the ring. Quickly, Joe Attell asserting his dominance here.
Yeah, Joe Attell, I was speaking to earlier, and he was telling me that he has been a friend of the Elements for about 15 years. A guy like Joe Attell brought the Elements into the wrestling business, has helped train them, but now the Elements are the tag team champions, and he's a bit jealous, I would think, because Joe Attell, as does Talon, oh, there's a back elbow. Joe Attell and Talon both want to be the tag team champions here at FSW, and the Elements have those belts, so friendship will be put aside.
Well, what we're seeing here is an FSW generational battle. We have the Elite, who have been here for a long time, versus the Elements, who are very fresh faces. Here in FSW, at least.
That's true, Dyson. The Elements are relatively new here, but already a well-oiled machine and the tag team champions. Joe Attell misses the elbow drop there. And there's an arm drag by Pyro Pulse. Another one. Pyro sends Attell down, and there's a cross body block, goes for the quick cover, and Attell able to kick out. But perhaps the student is trying to teach the teacher right now.
Absolutely, and Mr. Attell with the Yankees symbol there that reminds me of when I was a guest of the late Mr. George Steinbrenner on his yacht in the south of France about 15 years ago. It was unbelievable.
Well, that's very
Were
impressive.
you on there
Wesley.
serving drinks?
The man was quite a gracious host there. Absolutely a gracious host, as was Mr. Steinbrenner.
Well, here's a double team maneuver by the Elements. Both Elements in the ring, sending Talon in. There's a double hip toss. They send him to the mat.
Absolutely. Perfectly executed teamwork on display here as the Elements working on Talon in the center of the ring, and they'll attempt a pin here. Only a 2 count.
Now, gentlemen, I want to ask you, do you think that Joe Attell and Talon can get along as well as the Elements? I mean, the Elements are actually brothers, so they're going to know each other inside and out. Joe Attell and Talon have had issues with each other in the past. Are they going to be able to get along?
Absolutely. We've seen Mr. Attell and Mr. Talon rivals in the past. We saw them reunite the Elite, as it were, because they're hungry for the titles here, and I think that will take precedence over whatever issues they have as chaps.
I say it's all about how much they want these titles. If they really want the titles, they'll be smart and stick together.
Well, that's a good point, Dyson. You know, Joe Attell is obsessed with those title belts. He wants those tag titles. Of course, he and Talon were former FSW heavyweight champions, and Talon looking to be the first Triple Crown champion to get those tag belts to add to his collection.
Tag team champions. If Joe Attell's, if he's obsessed with that, it's probably the most normal thing he's obsessed with.
Well, Joe Attell, certainly a strange individual. I mean, you know, when I made my debut here a year ago, the main event was Joe Attell versus Aldwin in a hardcore match. And I've seen Joe Attell in so many crazy matches since then. And he's just a wild man taking it to Pyropulse. Even though there's no bad blood between these two teams, Attell, I wouldn't put it past him to do anything in that ring to win those tag title belts.
Hey, a lot of things happen during the course of the match. They may not be bad blood now, but by the end, these guys will be hating each other.
Very good point, Dyson. There you see Talon with a power move driving Pyropulse down.
Absolutely. All bets are off when the titles are on display, when the titles are rather up for grabs there. All bets are off. These guys want to see the hardware around their waist. So we know Joe Attell is one of the most hardcore wrestlers in Fighting Spirit Wrestling, in independent wrestling, in professional wrestling. We saw him on display when he took on the legendary Shabu, another ECW great legend there.
Look at this.
That's true. There's a bow and arrow submission maneuver by Talon. Pyropulse, I'm a bit surprised, was able to kick out of the Falcon Arrow, but he turns it around into the pinning combination. Now, Wesley, I want to ask you something. Would you say, and look at that, would you say that this is the toughest test for the Element since they became the tag team champions versus the Elite here tonight?
I would have to say this is the toughest match they've had to deal with. Two guys who've been champions, who've been Primero as well as heavyweight champion. These guys, not an easy team to contend with. So I would say yes, absolutely. This is the toughest test they've had so far.
And what would you say, Dyson?
Well, we saw them win the championships in the triple threat match, and that's tough in itself. But this is a team-on-team situation. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
That's a good point.
Absolutely, I have to agree with Mr. Steranko there. This is a proper tag team match. 2 against 2, not a three-way. And we'll see what each tag team can do here. As Joe Attell bloody thrashes him in a leg drop there. And attempted pinfall here.
Oh, very close to a 3 count there.
Unbelievable. And Mr. Jayce, if that was a Japanese pin, maybe we'd see new champions here at this point.
Very good point, Wesley.
Or perhaps not. I don't really know with the Japanese tagging rather.
Well, there's a Russian leg sweep. The Japanese pin seemed to differ in different situations. Sometimes it was faster, sometimes it was slower. So I'm not sure, but this is traditional pace counting in this match, and Pyropulse able to continuously kick out.
Unbelievable, but Talon there quite upset with the referee, as that was quite close, quite close.
Yeah, we're gonna see these nice guys get a little testy. I gotta say this though, Pyropulse has been in the ring for a very long time now, and his fire's getting distinguished.
Well, that's why Iceberg's trying to get the crowd behind the Elements right now. Iceberg itching to get in that ring.
Absolutely, and though he's only a few feet away, it must seem like a million miles when Talon has you in a submission hold. But
well, this may be Pyropulse's chance. Talon, I think, may have hurt his neck after that backdrop, or back suplex, I should say. And look at Pyropulse. Oh, he misses a kick. Talon with a waist lock picks him up. Go behind by Pyro. Sends him into the ropes, rolls him up. Only a 1 count, but he finally makes the tag to Iceberg. Iceberg's in.
I don't know, Talon. I don't think Talon meant to do that.
Iceberg almost locker room fresh here, as he's having a go here at Talon in the center of the ring. Clotheslines him to the floor, and here's a pin, 1, 2, and indestructible Joe Attell will break it up there, and he'll start to work. He's not the legal man in the ring. Talon in the center of the ring. And the referee,
get one of these guys out of there.
Clearly not in control.
What do you mean? The Elements had some double going on before. Why can't the Elite?
Well, there you see Iceberg able to take out both of the Elite with a double drop kick from high up in the air. Now you see Iceberg sending a tell in reversal.
There's a reversal by Joe Attell.
And the
Teamwork, folks.
You've seen the teamwork on display, as Mr. Steranko alluded to. I absolutely must agree with Mr. Steranko. The teamwork employed by Joe Attell and Tallinn is unbelievable. I'm not taking anything from the elements, but to see these two guys work as a team, the titles are on the line. It's all they can think about. They're all business here, ladies and gentlemen, as they will work on him in the corner.
You know, Pyro's not in shape yet to be in this match. He still needs to recover some more.
But you're seeing the teamwork on display. You're seeing,
look at this,
the veterans taking control of the match here as experience.
Oh, and look at
Unbelievable.
Joe Attell with a cannonball in the corner, using Tallinn as a launching pad.
Unbelievable. Off Tallinn's back, a perfectly executed maneuver there.
We're going to have new champions, folks.
We may. Only a 1 count though. Referee, I think, was out of position for a second, but it allowed Iceberg to get the shoulder up.
And absolutely. And what's going on here? You've got two guys in the ring. No one knows who the legal man in the ring is. We have to have some intervention, as it were, by the referee.
Well, I'm begging the referee to get control, but there's an ace crusher by Iceberg. Wow. That could be it.
Oh my.
Oh, only a two
count. Ladies and gentlemen, quite close, as it were. Iceberg.
The elements do have the ability to pull wins out of nowhere. We've seen it before.
Absolutely.
That's true. Iceberg has gotten many a victory with that ace crusher, but he goes up to the top rope. And he misses the senton.
Nobody home there.
Nobody in the North Pole tonight.
And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the calling call of Tallinn. Not too many men.
Whoa. Look at this. There's some interference. What is this?
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And what has gone on here? What has happened here?
This match breaking down.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute Donnybrook taking place in the center of the ring.
Tallinn hitting the Hawkeye. That could have been it, but then these two mysterious individuals taking their way, just assaulting all the competitors in this match.
Unbelievable. And where is Mr. Stockpole?
Very good question, Wesley.
What's going on here?
Stockpole is nowhere to be seen, and who the hell are these guys?
Unbelievable.
Should we call security or something? I don't even know.
Well, we need to call somebody.
And what's going on here? This guy's talking to Tallinn like he's a nobody in the center of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on?
I have no idea, gentlemen.
The last time I was this confused, I drank 3 bottles of scotch. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, whoever these guys are, the fans unfamiliar with them, we have no idea who they are, but they just assaulted 4 of the top stars in FSW.
And ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to the... Ladies and gentlemen, there's the music of Snot. Chris Rex, Osriel.
We're all getting treated.
And Mr. Callahan, the newest member of the most disgusting faction in professional wrestling, the most hated faction in professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the Snot.
They're not hated. And if they're hated, it's because people are jealous.
The good guy, Osriel, and the Callahan Death Machine, Sammy Callahan, the Snot.
The Snot, of course, as you remember, assaulting earlier tonight Suntan and Magma, and now they're going to try and get their revenge.
Absolutely.
All hail Snot.
Mr. Steranko, the only person in the house standing in there, applauding the Snot, the scumbag nation of truth, or whatever it is. Still not sure what that acronym means there.
Everyone should be on their feet. What are you guys doing sitting?
You're the only one on your feet because you're the only one that appreciates the tactics of these individuals, Dyson.
We got a 3-on-2 match here. The Snot's on display here. Looking for the camera.
The whole world is jealous of Snot.
Well, you see Snot right now mocking the fans, and there's Suntan's familiar theme once again.
This is going to be the worst birthday for Suntan ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Suntan is the birthday boy tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And he'll come out here and obviously he got pick something up there with this match here. He got a bone to pick, as it were, with Snot. He was savagely attacking him in the beginning of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, and here is Sultan.
Both Suntan and Magma coming out 3-on-2. They're going to have quite the task in front of them.
And gentlemen, we got the Japanese killing machine, a guy who does not speak English, with Mr. Suntan. This is strange bedfellows, and here it is, the death machine, Sami Callahan, with the hot.
Just giving that hat a toss.
And showing the disrespect here, as Suntan looks to make things right, as he's lurking about the ring with Magma. And this is quite an interesting...
Everybody settle down.
Mr. Suntan with some words here, ladies and gentlemen.
This should be rich.
Hey, Sammy.
Right, give him a math lesson.
Don't get your panties all in a bunch. Listen, I came here for a fight. You understand that, Turkey?
That's offensive.
Fans calling Sami Callahan a turkey.
That's offensive.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Sammy, I'm going to learn you, boy. You understand? As a matter of fact, yes, I'm going to learn on you. Shut up. I'm talking.
Whoa.
I brought me a little friend here. Hey, dummy. Hey, stupid. Hey, Stooge. I brought me a little friend here. You understand? Because we're big boys up here in FSW. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I bring the fire too. Settle down. I'll get somebody that can get on the apron. I got my own juggernaut. Shut up. I'm talking. I'm going to line you up so good. You hear me?
Suntan.
Strange bedfellows
Hey,
here.
boy, why don't you show your face there, Pop?
Wait a second, this is supposed to be a handicap match.
And look at this. Suntan calling for some backup.
All right. Listen to me.
Unbelievable turn of events here, ladies and gentlemen.
I believe that's Mike Orlando.
It is Mike Orlando. He's making his way to the ring here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Orlando.
You ready to rumble hip hop? We're going to get in here old school. Grand Royal Rumble. We take no prisoners. Let's go.
Well, we got quite a match here.
Whoa.
And,
Before the bell even rings.
and the bell is rung, ladies and gentlemen.
And look at this. It's just a Donnybrook in the ring right now, but it's finally a fair match. 3-on-3. Suntan, Magma, and their partner Mike Orlando to take on the Snot.
Absolutely. The auction is going on here, ladies and gentlemen. The bell is already rung. And
Referee.
Miss Ozzy drinking extra scotch today, not realizing the bell has rung.
Well, I guess he wanted to make extra sure the match has started.
Absolutely. Trying to be professional, as it were. Here we got the action. Mike Orlando in the middle of the ring with Sami Callahan, 2 stars here, and we bring you the best in wrestling here at Fighting Spirit Wrestling in the entire universe, and quite a match here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and look at the good guy Azriel taking Mike Orlando over. There's a drop kick to the face.
Unbelievable, perfectly executed. Gentlemen,
Bulldog.
it's on, as they say in the States, it's on.
It certainly is.
Look,
And
I got-
Suntan now in the ring trying to get revenge for them messing up his birthday celebration.
Before we go any further, you said that this is fair now?
Yes, I
Stackpole
did.
made a handicap match, 3 against 2. I don't know where they get the balls to pull out Mike Orlando. This isn't even fair. This is insane.
Well, it's fair because it's a 3-on-3 match right now, Dyson.
It's not the match the boss made.
Fair or not, we got strange bedfellows in the ring here. Mr. Suntan with the Japanese killing machine, and Mike Werner against Snot. And the new head of the Serpent, Mr. Callahan, the Callahan Death Machine, making his presence known here in Fighting Spirit Wrestling, and really has turned this promotion on its head. Absolutely.
And look at the power being shown by Magma. Magma, of course, was formerly enemies with Suntan. They, as you recall, used to feud over the Primero title, but they became friends to take on the Snot. And look at Callahan.
And absolutely, we're going to get off 5 more minutes from last month's event, ladies and gentlemen, as they're going at it, having a go at each other in the centre of the ring. Here is Suntan.
Oh.
Proper boot to the face by Sammy Callahan. Bloody blasted him in the face.
The Callahan Death Machine. And there's another kick to the side of the face of Magma, and Callahan just knocking him down. Runs off the ropes and dives out of the ring, taking out Magma.
What a pleasure to watch.
Suicide dive that Mr. Callahan likes to employ through the bottom ropes, and you see the speed, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and look at Michael Orlando.
Unbelievable! Over the top, Michael Orlando bloody thrashing them about the ring there.
Mike Orlando, quite the athlete, former football player, collegiate football player, also familiar with the NFL, and there's the other 2 members of Snot kicking Suntan in the face.
Having a go at Suntan here. It's Chris Rex with a suicide dive outside the ring. Here's Azrael with another suicide dive. And it's absolute bedlam here, ladies and gentlemen. This match is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Suntan standing in the centre of the ring. And there's a bloody brawl going on about outside the ring there.
What is Suntan thinking of doing?
Well, Suntan is not going to do a suicide dive, but he calls for a moonsault. Uh-oh.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
Well, what's going on here? Ladies and gentlemen.
Snot needs to stop this from happening really quickly.
If this big 400-pound man goes for a moonsault,
unbelievable.
No.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Will it be perfectly executed?
Oh, no.
And
Snot distracted him.
Other
Suntan
plans.
losing his footing and just tumbles off the top rope.
Absolutely. Snot had other plans for Suntan there. Pulled him off the top rope. And here's Sammy Callahan in the ring with Suntan.
That's right.
Sammy Callahan directing traffic in there, telling Azrael now to go up to the top rope, it looks like.
And gentlemen, I don't think it's crazy to say this, but Snot, and Mr. Steranko alluded to this, Snot is now the most powerful faction in Fighting Spirit Wrestling, with Mr. Callahan joining the team, as it were.
What they did effectively right there. Wait a second. Let's watch this.
Well, this is looks like a double suplex, but Sammy Callahan breaking it up, going for a power bomb.
Double power bomb.
Oh, he double power bombs 2 of his opponents, and Azrael follows it up with a double stomp off the top rope.
Unbelievable.
That's right.
Sammy Callahan saying that's why Snot is the best, but he better watch out for Suntan right there.
Here's Suntan. Choke slam, perfectly executed, bloody thrust him down to the bottom of the ring. And here's Chris Rex. He'll have a go at Suntan here.
Yeah, Suntan about 3 or 4 times the size of Chris Rex. This is a mismatch weight-wise, but Chris Rex taking him down with a DDT right there. Mike Orlando breaks it up.
And Mr. Orlando back in the center of the ring, and he'll have a go here at Chris Rex. And Chris Rex clearly disadvantaged with the sides here. And fireman's carry here. Mr. Orlando has him up, and he executes it down.
There's a TKO by Mike Orlando. Mike Orlando is a very confident individual, but he also cares about the fans. He just has that belief in everyone, but Azrael just taking it to him right now with chops. And there's a cutter sending Orlando down to the canvas.
The fans get you staring up at the lights.
And here's the Japanese killing machine Magma, always a factor in every match, no matter how badly he's hurt. He was lurking about, hiding about, waiting for the moment to happen. And here is Mr. Magma perfectly executing against Mr. Azrael. And at this moment, this is an absolute Donnybrook. No one is in control. It's going left, right, left, right, left, right. We don't know what's happening here.
A lot of hard-hitting maneuvers.
Callahan has no fear of Magma.
He certainly does not. Sammy Callahan was telling me he does not only want to be known as the Callahan Death Machine. A huge power bomb.
Bloody massive power bomb, ladies and gentlemen.
That submission maneuver by what he calls himself the bestest in the world.
And there's not the stretch muscular. What is that maneuver he's using there, Mr. Jayce?
Well, that is indeed the stretch muffler. That could have been it if it was not broken up by Suntan, Wesley, but Suntan now taking advantage.
Massive clothesline, bloody flipped him over. Suntan showing the power in the center of the ring. And this is an absolute ball. Mr. Orlando with a proper kick to the face of Chris Rex. Here's Azrael with a drop kick to the face of Mike Orlando. And it's an absolute Donnybrook, as it were. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable.
This is pretty much a stalemate.
Well,
They're
you're right,
knocking each
Dyson.
other off.
These two teams are very evenly matched. Each one taking turns, gaining the advantage.
That
Suntan
was
with a punch right to the face.
Yeah, a closed fist punch, which is not allowed.
That's true. But with all the things that have gone on, that's the least of our worries. There's Suntan slamming Chris Rex down to the mat.
Blasting him down. Chris Rex attempted a frog splash there, but Mr. Suntan had other plans, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is. And there's the
that's
three.
it.
And that's
There's
it, ladies and gentlemen. It is over. Suntan asserting his dominance here and defeating Snot and the faction, as it were.
Well, I'm a bit surprised. Like you said, Dyson, Snot is the most dominant faction in FSW. I didn't think they were going to lose right there, but I guess the surprise of Mike Orlando was too much for them to handle.
Hey, let me tell you something right there. Snot was bamboozled. They came into this match expecting a 3-on-2 handicap match. They were tricked. They added Mike Orlando in the last minute, and that's why they lost.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, Superstar Whiplash, hailing from wherever the hell he wants. And Mr. Steranko is a huge fan of this individual. I cannot say that I am the same.
I can't wait to knock some back with the new champion later on tonight.
Or we may see Berna retain the championship, and I don't think you're going to be drinking with him. He doesn't seem too fond of you, Dyson.
No, I'm not going to be drinking with Berna, but even if Berna comes on top, I'm still going to have a couple with Mr. Whiplash.
Right, Superstar Whiplash here, coming into the ring. And the fans are not all happy with the actions of this gentleman here.
I don't know why Berna doesn't like me. I'm Dyson Steranko. Everyone should like me.
Well, many of these fans, I think, are not too fond of you either. But regardless,
I'm not too fond of them.
well, you give and you get, I guess. But Whiplash in the ring, Whiplash preparing for what may be his toughest challenge ever.
That's right. Whiplash is a very real threat to the world champion. Speaking of,
ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring now, the Man of Steel, the face of Fighting Spirit Wrestling, the heavyweight champion of Fighting Spirit Wrestling, the champion, ladies and gentlemen, the champion Mike Werner, on his way to the ring to defend his title, as he's been doing time and time again here.
and these fans going nuts for Mike Werner.
Well, Mike Berna, one of the most beloved competitors here at FSW, the champion, taking pictures with the fans. The fans love Mike Berna.
How could you take pictures with fans when you got Superstar Whiplash waiting for you in that ring?
Mr. Werner taking selfies with the fans here. He's loved by the fans. And the champion has come into the ring, ladies and gentlemen, making his way into the center of the ring. The Man of Steel, Mike Werner. Here he is.
Mike Berna showing off those championship titles, getting the fans fired up for this title match.
Absolutely. Mr. Werner ready to compete. He's a quite ferocious competitor all the time.
I'll give you that.
Challenger, hailing from wherever he wants, weighing a CBM 185 pounds, Superstar Whiplash!
Whiplash not getting a great reaction here.
Not at all.
Get anyone from me.
His opponent, hailing from Brooklyn, New York, weighing a CBM 235 pounds, he is the Dynasty Pro Heavyweight Champion and the current reigning and defending Fighting Spirit Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Man of Steel, Mike Berna!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Werner, the champion, he's in the ring here.
Look at this. Streamers for the champ.
Streamers, a show of appreciation for Mike Berna.
Absolutely.
I think he paid all these people off.
The fans throwing streamers into the center of the ring as the champion is getting ready to face off here against Superstar Whiplash in an unbelievable main event here at Fighting Spirit Wrestling.
Whiplash.
Only the strong, ladies and gentlemen, only the strong. Only the strong will survive this match here.
Whiplash tossing the streamers, kicking the streamers out of his way in a pretty angry manner. He wants to get down to business. He wants that belt around his waist.
Well, he can't wait to take it to Mike Verna.
This will be some match here.
And there's the bell, ladies and gentlemen, for this main event match at Only the Strong. Once again, I am the ace Dante Jayce, along with Wesley Bolls and Dyson Steranko. We have Mike Verna taking on Whiplash in a championship match. And gentlemen, this is a special event for me because it's my 1-year anniversary here at FSW. I started back at 9 Lives last year, and I've seen so many great matches, but I think this one may be the greatest of them all. It has the potential to be. What do you gentlemen think about this match? Of course, we've got Mike Verna, the champion, and Whiplash taking him over right now. Who do you give the advantage to, Wesley?
I'll give the advantage to Mr. Verna. He is the champion, but you cannot discount the wrestling ability of Mr. Whiplash. He's quite a devious character, quite an effective wrestler, and the size and strength and power of Mr. Verna does not seem to concern Mr. Whiplash one bit.
Well, I would agree. You see Verna right now saying, Whiplash, you're a lot smaller than me. He may try to bully Whiplash in this match. What do you think, Dyson?
Well, like you just said, right now, Verna's using bullying tactics. But I'm not going to take anything away from Verna. There's a reason he's the champ. But Whiplash is bringing something completely different to this contest.
Absolutely. Mr. Whiplash, quite a tough customer. As him and Mr. Verna going at it, having a go here. Mr. Verna showing his power here, asserting his dominance early on in the match. And there's a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen, but only a 2 count.
It's pretty amazing. Those are like rolling suplexes.
Yeah, Mike Verna has got a lot of power. Whiplash is going to have to pull out some sneaky maneuvers in order to get the win, I think. Mike Verna, there's a hip toss.
Oh, he can do that.
We don't know. Gentlemen, Mr. Stockpile may be a factor. You don't know. We saw what he did last time.
Very good point, Wesley.
We don't know what's going to happen here.
Stackpole, a wild card. Of course, earlier in the night, he became the boss of FSW. He's had a long-time rivalry with Mike Verna. Maybe Stackpole is going to do some underhanded tactics to get Whiplash to get that belt.
Well, you know, Verna should have played his cards right leading up to this. You know, be nice to everybody. Don't start a fight with someone like Stackpole because it might come back and bite you like it might tonight.
I wonder, Mr. Verna had unfinished business with Mr. Stockpole last time because of the interference employed by Mr. Stockpole, and I wonder how Mr. Verna feels about Mr. Stockpole running things, running the show as it were here at Fighting Spirit Wrestling.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't like it. Verna and Stackpole, some of the worst enemies you can ever think of.
Yeah,
but Verna taking a breather right now, waiting for Whiplash to get back in the ring, and that gives Whiplash the advantage to take a cheap shot.
Exactly. You call it a cheap shot. I'd say that's Whiplash taking advantage of the situation. Verna was up there taking a breather, as you said. You really think he should be doing that, defending the title?
Well, if he's got Whiplash out of the ring trying to recover himself, then I say Verna has every right to wait in the ring and rest himself. But regardless, Verna in control once again. Whiplash ducking under. Whiplash going for a high-risk maneuver, but Verna catches him mid-air. And there's Verna with a running power slam, Oklahoma slam, and sends him down to the mat. Only a 2 count. Whiplash kicks out.
Mr. Verna trying to make short work of Whiplash, but not an easy task. He's a tough guy to deal with.
Yeah, that's for sure, Wesley. Mike Verna, one of the toughest competitors in professional wrestling today, the man of steel, and he's just opening up right now. Whiplash trying to fight back, but Verna beating him down. Verna sending Whiplash into the corner turnbuckle.
Oh, do not count Whiplash out. Trust me.
Very good point, Dyson.
There you go.
Oh, and there's Whiplash fighting back. There's a kick to Verna's jaw, it looked like.
That'll put you down.
Maybe a dislocated jaw. Of course, remember last time.
Look at the agility.
Oh.
Look at the agility on Whiplash.
Unbelievable.
Last time, Verna was dropped right on his head with a pile driver. He's had a concussion concussion issues in the past.
Absolutely, the concussion issues in the past, as addressed by Mr. Stockpole, but that will not stop the champion putting it all on the line here and doing what he can do to retain that championship belt, to remain the champion, to stay the champion of Fighting Spirit Wrestling.
Whiplash just knocked his legs into those ropes, which hurts a lot.
Yeah, and the back of his head, I think, too, hit the canvas on that suplex. Whiplash, I mean, he may be dealing with a concussion right now.
Absolutely.
You don't want to lose your legs when you're fighting Mike Verna.
He was bloody thrashed by Mr. Verna, and here's Mr. Verna will work on him outside the ring there.
Uh-oh. Verna's moving that steel girder.
Unbelievable. What are we going to see here? Hey!
Mike Verna just slamming Whiplash onto that steel guardrail.
Unbelievable.
And suplexing him to the ground.
And Mike Verna having his way right now with Superstar Whiplash.
Any of this necessary? The match should be decided in the ring. This is a championship match.
Well, both men pulling off all the stops, and Ref Ozzy is up to a 7 count.
Almost had a double count out there.
And Mr. Verna making his way back into the center of the ring here. And we have some match here. Title match, the main event here, Fighting Spirit Wrestling. And Mr. Verna with the suicide dive and bloody thrashing Whiplash against the guardrail there. And he felt that for sure, ladies and gentlemen.
You
That's
said
right.
More
Wesley,
like kamikaze dives.
Verna taking Whiplash out. Verna, I see a renewed fire in him, so to speak. Just trying to take Whiplash out relatively early on in this contest and get the win.
Absolutely.
It looks like he's trying to get a count out.
Well, you win any way you can, and of course, Verna would retain the title on a count out.
Mr. Verna trying to make short work here of Whiplash, but it will not be easy. As we've seen, Mr. Whiplash is quite a competitor, and having a go with Mike Verna, not the easiest opponent for either gentleman in the ring here.
Whiplash having that knowledge, knowing what's going on in the ring at all points.
Oh, Whiplash with the stunner.
There it is, the stunner. We saw Whiplash do that to Mr. Verna last time, uninvited into the match, just showed up and decided to put a stunner on him there.
Yeah, he also says that's a Whiplash effect because he tries to give his opponents Whiplash when he hits that stunner. But Whiplash now going up to the top rope, going through. There's the swanton, hits Mike Verna right in the midsection.
He's visiting all corners.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champion is in trouble in the center of the ring. Superstar Whiplash again on the top rope, and what does he have in store for him here?
Oh, there's that frog splash. And only Drew Verna kicks out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Verna was almost not the champion, as it were. A 2 count, quite close, and if it was one of those Japanese counts, we're not sure what it would have been.
Very good point, Wesley. And of course, that star treatment frog splash has put away several competitors here in the past. So Whiplash has got to be wondering, what's he got to do right now?
Absolutely.
He's showing you what he has to do right now. He's going for it once again.
Mr. Steranko, you must say Mr. Verna absolutely has a lot of heart, as it were. The man's been bloody thrashed here, and Whiplash...
looks like he had a heart attack right now.
And what's going on here? We got Mr. Morris and Mr. Maximo lurking outside the ring. We're not sure exactly what's going on.
Do you think that's fair?
Well, I don't know if they're distracting Whiplash. Are they trying to form a plan with him? What's going on here?
Ladies and gentlemen, the former COO of Fighting Spirit Wrestling and Mr. Morris conferring with Superstar Whiplash. And what's going on here? Unbelievable.
Whiplash attacking Blake Morris.
Well, what are they doing out here? He has a title match right now.
Perhaps he'll have a go at Mr. Maximo as well.
And look who else is here, PJ Stackpole.
And here's Mr. Stockpole, and here's...
What is Maximo doing?
Mr. Maximo, and again, a title match is getting interrupted here under the tutelage of Mr. Stockpole. This is the second time tonight, Mr. Stockpole. What is going on here in Fighting Spirit Wrestling? You must keep it together better than that, sir.
Well, whatever's happening, Mike Verna taking advantage, clotheslining Whiplash to the ground.
And Mr. Verna maybe closing in. He said he would take care of Mr. Stockpole. Mr. Verna clearly gave that look there. And what is going on here?
I don't know about that.
We got J.O. Maximo on one corner, and Mike Werner here. Superstar Whiplash in the ring. Here's Mike Werner back into the ring.
Oh, and Mike Werner with the Krypton bomb. That's got to be it. That's only a 2 count.
Only a
Whiplash
2 count.
kicking out.
Right.
Quite
Tenacity of Whiplash.
Absolutely. On display, the heart of Whiplash. He's a tough guy to pin. You really got to hurt this guy.
Let's point out something. This is the second event in a row that Werner gets an advantage because Mr. Stackpole.
Mike Werner once again with a clothesline.
Blasted him with the clothesline. Proper, perfectly hit flush there. Mr. Werner with some words for Mr. Maximo.
And some words for Blake Morris as well.
Absolutely. It looks like he's being attacked from all sides here.
This has got to be it. A second Krypton bomb, but Mike Werner just pulling Whiplash's shoulder up. He wants to punish him even more.
The tenacity here of Whiplash.
Oh, and Mike Werner. Now look at this. Texas Cloverleaf. Is Whiplash going to tap out?
Whiplash, quite a tough guy. And
referee
ladies and gentlemen, he's topped out. Mike Werner.
That's unfortunate.
And Mike Werner has submitted his opponent here. The champion retains the title, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Werner, the man of steel. Unbelievable.
I don't think Whiplash tapped out, but he was probably knocked out after that second Krypton bomb, and the referee had no choice but to stop this contest.
Well, I couldn't see it from here. I didn't see what was going on, if he tapped out or not, but absolutely he submitted.
Wait a second.
Well, now Blake Morris in the ring.
Mixing up in the ring right now.
Yeah, we saw Mr. Morris lurking about the ring last time when Mr. Maximo had a go at Mr. Werner. And what exactly is going on?
Look who's
ladies
back.
And gentlemen,
it's those guys.
The invaders of Fighting Spirit Wrestling, and I wonder if Mr. Stockpole has anything to do with this here.
Well, they may be part of his group, his
look at this.
his new authority. I'm not sure who these guys are, but they're the ones who interfered before the fans even asking who these guys are.
Oh, wait a second, the Elite is out here.
The Elite trying to get revenge on those two after they attacked them earlier.
Unbelievable. And where did these guys come from? They just appeared again, ladies and gentlemen. We have... and there they go, out the front door, ladies and gentlemen. They're running out the front door.
Being chased from the arena.
These marauders who have invaded the safe space, as it were, Fighting Spirit Wrestling. Unbelievable.
I'm not too pleased by the way that match ended.
Meanwhile,
wait a second.
Here's Sharon Maximo having a go at Mike Werner, ladies and gentlemen. What universe are we living in here, ladies and gentlemen?
This is crazy, Wesley. Look at Mike Werner now, just at odds with Joel Maximo and Blake Morris.
Wait a second.
Enough's enough. Well, he has nothing to do. Shut the fuck up.
Mr. Maximo asserting his power here, his dominance, and bloody ripped the mic away from Mr. Werner.
Colorful language.
Look up to you. All you do is come out here and cry like a little baby because PJ's in your fucking head.
Oh, I agree. I agree with Maximo.
Blake, waiting for a title shot for over a year now. That's what happens in wrestling. You move up the ladder, you face the champion.
So what has he done to earn this, is my point. What brings him in under your wing? Lucha legend?
Fair counterpoint by Mike Werner.
What a real man's gonna do. I kill them all. We didn't give these fans what they wanted from me and you because I hurt you. So here's what we're gonna do at the Lions Den. Every titles are defended. Every single one of them. So I'm going to defend my title and give you the rematch that these people deserve. And if your little bitch wins the Lions Den, I'll be here for it too. I'll be here for it too.
Hey, let him go now.
Strong words here from Mr. Werner. And this is
and they're going
on, baby. They're having a go. Mr. Morris.
Can't wait till next month.
And
gonna go down right now.
Also back in the ring. Come on, guys.
And Mr. Maximo will have a go at Mr. Stockpole and bloody thrashes him, utterly tossed him out of the ring. And we have absolute chaos. There's been a coup de grace in Fighting Spirit Wrestling. No one knows who's in control anymore. Mr. Maximo trying to grab the reins of power back.
He had no right to do that to PJ Stackpole.
Well, Mike Werner and Blake Morris don't want to wait for the Lions Den or the event afterwards. They just want to fight right now.
And our refs trying to break up these two gentlemen here. Not an easy task.
officials holding Blake Morris back after that match with Mike Verna and Whiplash. I mean, he's had a lot taken out of him, but he's ready to go right now, right for another match right now.
What world are we living in here, ladies and gentlemen? This has been unbelievable. Fighting Spirit Wrestling has been jumped on its head.
Mike Verna with a threat for Blake Morris.
Look at Stackpole.
Mr.
Verna's
Stockpole
ear.
on the apron, saying something to Mr. Verna. We're not sure. That relationship is quite mysterious at this point.
Interesting. Interesting stuff.
Well, Mike Verna leaving the arena. Who knows if PJ Stackpole is in his ear or not.
And Mr. Stockpole leaving right after Mr. Verna, and perhaps they'll have a talk behind closed doors here.
And Blake Morris up on the rope celebrating to a chorus of boos.
Hey.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this event here tonight. FSW, only the strong